So arrived at Inverness, there's the airport. Brilliant for like that. 55 minutes, you can't go wrong there. How long does it take to drive? There you go. So, currently waiting for the train. The time is 10:44 and I don't know if you can see that. 12:03 is the next train. Oh well. Take the small wins when you can. I'm here, I'm in Inverness. The weather is looking absolutely fantastic. So, just over an hour wait for the train. Get to Inverness. Go and get me bits that I couldn't take on the plane, like gas and all that stuff. Currently videoing on my phone, by the way, because my GoPro's in my bag and that. So, the plane I arrived on, which was about what, 45 minutes ago now, he's taxiing to go back the way it came. How's that for a turnaround? Jesus. Great flight though. Complimentary tea, coffee, water, chocky biscuit, and there's a few window seats available. And it's quite a cramped flight, but it's quick, so you don't really bother with it. But there's a few window seats available, so I asked if I could swap over to a window seat. She said yes, so happy days. Got some wicked footage of the lakes and that. Bit of highlands as well, so yeah, happy days. Right, so I'm gonna put my feet up, chill out, enjoy this weather and wait for my train in over an hour's time. Happy days. How's this for an unceremonious start? Where's the start? Oh yeah, that's it. There. That's good, isn't it? Woo. A couple of rabbits there. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. How unceremonious is that? Great start. Castle's in a load of hauling. We'll tap that and then we'll get going. Alright, Great Glen Way, let's go. April 2025 I've done this, so if anyone did the way in 2025 and you finished in Inverness, I do feel sorry for you, because that is an anticlimax. I'm quite glad I'm doing the north to south this year. It's finishing Fort William, Ben Nevis in the background. Fantastic. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another trail. Welcome back to another multi-day hike, the Great Glen Way. Last time you see me, I'd just done the Old Waterway, 2-day hike, 20 miles. You can easily do it in a day, like I said in the video if you've watched it already, but still, enjoy it nonetheless. But yeah, here we are. I think it started off around about 8 o'clock and it's 24 minutes past 8 now. Pretty sure we're obviously over a mile in now already. Only another 17 to go. But yeah, stunning walking across those little islands. Obviously if you're starting in Inverness you'll get to experience that straight away, but if you're starting in Fort William you'll see all that on the last day, so hoping that you're not too knackered and you appreciate it, because it is nice. Yeah, as you can see, very well signposted. Because of the weather forecast I didn't feel like it was necessary to bring, you know, down jackets and all that sort of stuff. This Thrudark gear should, in theory, cover me for the evenings and stuff like that, so we shall see. But yeah, I'm getting warm in it, but there's still considerable chill in the air, so I think I'll long it off for a little bit. There we go now into this tunnel, eh? There we have it. First view of the Caledonian Canal. Currently going up my first ascent. Tell you what, this week, if I don't lose at least a stone in sweat, I'll be amazed. I am dripping buckets. It's only this way because the sun's in your face. Yeah, hats off, obviously jackets off. Probably won't be long until this base layer's off as well. Another beautiful Scottish woodland there, and the views are opening up as well. So yeah, I didn't film too much of the last couple of miles because it was just all housing estates and all like fiddly bits. So now we're actually getting into open countryside. This is where the fun begins. He says, breathing out of his arse. I love this eerie woodland look. Old wall, moss all over it, moss all over the trees, crows squawking. So as you can see, down to the t-shirt, and it is 9:30. 9:30 in the morning, I'm down to the t-shirt. And I've got the pins out, so either it is quite warm today or I really need to get fit. There we go, still very well waymarked. Look at that for woodland, that is stunning. If Scotland know how to do one thing, it's how to put on a good woodland. This is just unreal. So just past the 6 mile mark, still on this trail. Again, whatever way round you're doing it, north to south, south to north, when you get to this part, not gonna lie, it is a bit of a slog to be fair, but if you're on a hot day like it is today, you are in good shelter to be fair, which is always handy. I'm going to assume it was an old house, front door there. It's ruins of something. It's the first bit of interest other than the stunning forest that we've come across, to be honest. So it's just gone 10 o'clock. We're pushing on to 7 miles in. So in 2 hours, it's not too bad going, to be fair. I don't feel too bad, but at the same time I'm hoping I'm not push myself too hard at the beginning. How about that for a view? I've not actually bumped into any like walkers coming from the south as yet. I just had a runner walk past. Honestly, a runner run past. Don't know whether he's run the entire thing or he's just running from Drumnadrochit or what, I don't know. But still, bumped into a couple of ladies. They've had a little chat, telling me about a cafe around here, which I think I'll avoid. Yeah, had a nice 15-20 minute break back there on that bench. Like I said, I was planning on stopping every 5 miles, but I was in the zone earlier on. That and there was nowhere else to sit, to be fair. But yeah, felt good. And just cracking on now. Probably 10 past 11. I'll probably crack on to about 1. Stop then for lunch, and then once I've had lunch, crack on until potentially finish for the day. That's the plan. Whether that goes ahead, I don't know. I probably am going to have to stop again in a minute, because he did say the runner who walked, he didn't really walk, he was running the entire time. Said all this now is exposed, so he did say if you've got sun cream and you haven't put it on now, which is a nice thing to do, isn't it? So we'll probably stop in a bit and put that on. Oh, there's a bench coming up now. Might do it now and then. How's that for a view, eh? Look at that. I'm going to assume the Caledonian Canal's at the bottom of that glen, but I can't see it. But considering Loch Ness will be on my left at some point, that yeah, the canal's down there somewhere. Who knows? Right, let's get the sun cream on. You can see the mountains in the distance. These ones here and that over there. Bloody massive. It's got quite a bit of snow on them as well. Found a water source. So I've topped up. Got my water bladder for my water filter filled up. Obviously got my water bottle from I bought from Inverness, and I've just topped that up as well. So yeah, all good. Numbnuts here though, filled that up with fresh water. Didn't put the lid on. Went to put everything back, and I thought I could hear a sort of like glug 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 glug. Looked down, that's fallen over. Emptied out, so I had to go back up to the stream to fill that up. But then I thought, you know what, sod it, I'm going to fill that up and then fill the bladder up. That's part of my water filter. So I've got that as well. Happy days. So I think I've got another mile on this road. Spent about 10 minutes more at that stream than what I wanted to, which is a shame, but still looking good. It's only 20 past 12, so we're looking good. Finally off the main road. So this should be nice and soft underfoot finally. Feet felt like they were getting a bit of a battering on that road. Yeah, that water source was a godsend, so that's the saving grace for that stretch of main road. Bloody dog just a second ago, couldn't see it. Let out a freaking howl. Except for a split second, I had wolf in my head. Then it started barking. I thought, oh no, it's only a little dog. Christ. I know we don't get wolves in there anymore. Touch wood. But still, shit me up for a split second. This is what we're facing at the minute. These are pretty cool. So warm. So about 14 miles in, well, not far off anyway. Still very well signposted. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. You should be able to see that. First view of Loch Ness. We're 14-15 mile in now from Inverness, and that's the first view I've had of Loch Ness. Had that little snippet of the Caledonian Canal to start, but yeah, that's it. But it's called the Great Glen Way, it's not called the Caledonian Canal Way, so. But yeah, just to pre-warn you, if you're doing the south to north and you are enjoying the views of the Caledonian Canal, this will be your last sight of it. So I'm about 15 mile out from Inverness, so whatever that is from Drumnadrochit, I think that's probably about what, four and a bit miles. No, not even that, is it? It's just 18 miles from Inverness. So God, my maths is awful. Someone didn't pay attention in school, did they? Oh yeah, there's a better view there. Look at that. As per usual, the camera does not do it justice. Beautiful. Quite bloody high up here though. What is this? Oh, viewpoint. Ooh. Beautiful little viewpoint here. I've arrived at my pitch for tonight. I mean, it is 3 o'clock, so I am quite early to be fair. Yeah, there we go. Nice little bench there. That fire pit. I don't know why you need to do it, I really don't. But I won't be using that, that's for sure. So I'm going to pitch round about here. Seems to be the best place. I mean, there are routes and stuff like that, but it seems to be the best place here, to be honest. Yeah, chill out, put my feet up, I'll try to anyway. Enjoy the rest of the day. Don't think we're forecast any winds, so we should be alright. So, what is that? See this? Interesting. Was there a mine around here at one point? Who knows? Day one done. Happy days. All in all, it was a great day. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll probably do dinner around, I don't know, 5:30 maybe, 6. Don't know. Depends how I feel. Yeah, it has got a little bit chillier. I think that might just be the fact that obviously because I'm not moving, I'm just in my tent chilling at the minute, giving the old legs a rest in the trotters. It's just peaceful and quiet. That's all I need. See what I mean? The odd bug here and there, but hey ho. I'll take the odd bug over midges any day. This is my cook setup. If you've not already seen it before, OEX Heiro Stove, and I've bought a Coleman C500 gas can this time. I usually just go for the jet boiled big one, but I don't know, for this trip I just felt like buying a big one this time. Can't beat a good brew while you're camping. Pasta bolognese. See? Opened out the bottom. And a good old razz up. Filled it up to the fill line. This feels better, to be fair. They always look absolutely disgusting, don't they? Ugh. Right, I'm going to eat this. Hopefully I'll finish this one. I've not finished the last couple I've had. But yeah, I'm going to try and eat this, and then I'll see you in a bit. Morning. 22 minutes past 6. Nice crisp morning. So I'm going to get a brew on, pack all my stuff away, get the tent down and get cracking. But I need this brew. Oh, and a couple of cereal bars as well. Kellogg's Frosty cereal bars, which are quite nice actually. Had one the other day. And Kellogg's Cocoa Pops. Coffee of choice is Kenko this time. It's the only one they had. I usually have Nescafe cappuccinos, but these are just as good. So yeah, get this brew on, get packed, get walking, and I'll bring you back when that's all done. That's where I camped. Tent was around here. Created myself a little pathway to my bench. Obviously that fire pit was there before I got here. Yeah, leave no trace as always. Give you a quick sunrise view. Right, so plan is get to oh, there we go, that's better isn't it? There we go. Get to Drumnadrochit, it's another 3 miles just down the road. Stock up on supplies there at the shop and then crack on to Invermoriston. I have got a pitch in mind, but we'll play it by ear on that one. So yeah, another 16 miles today. Let's get cracking. Urquhart Castle. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not too sure. U-R-Q-U-H-R-A-R-T. Urquhart Castle. Either way, it looks bleeding stunning. Urquhart Castle over there. Look at that. First real proper glimpse of Loch Ness. You can see it through the trees where we were yesterday. But yeah, that's the first real proper glimpse that I've had on this entire trip so far. I'm not complaining though. That's one hell of a first glimpse, especially with the castle. That's stunning. If memory serves, I've only seen it once or twice I think, and this was a long time ago. But there is a film about Loch Ness, like a fantasy film, called Nessie or Loch Ness or something like that, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure they used that castle because Nessie was apparently based underneath, she hid underneath the castle, there's like cabins and stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, jump in the comments, let me know. I'm pretty sure that was the case. I'm pretty sure it's that castle as well. That's the second gate that's been unlocked. Oh no, sorry, 3. There is sheep in that field. I mean, they'd have to be pretty good to get over those fences and stuff, but still look. So, I mean, close the gates, people. All fed and watered. Stopped off at the Scott Mid Co-op in Drumnadrochit. Had a lovely sausage and bacon balm, or roll, whatever you call it up here. Weren't shy as well, bloody hell. Proper stocked it up. 3 rashers of bacon, good couple of sausages, and an unbelievable bun. It was lush. Get that little number out. Makes you wonder what's under that, really, doesn't it? I hope they restore that. That'd be pretty cool. Island goose. Loads of, you see a load in that far field and all. Seen quite a few on this trip so far. Look how dark that is. Wish me luck. Oh, look at this, look. That's insane. We're on this road for the next 3 and a bit miles. We all love walking on roads, don't we? Down to the t-shirt again, sweating again, and it is only 20 past 10. So it's going to be another grueler, I think, today, weather-wise. I'll tell you what though. These Simmond pants, I thought my 4-class trousers were like best thing since sliced bread, but these, I think these have just overtook them. It's so handy taking them off and having shorts now. Oh, the little things in life, eh? I love these though. Walkers passing points. So you've got your car ones up there, if you can just see it on that hill there. And then you've also got walkers ones here, which has come in handy a couple of times. See, I mean, who thought about that? You know, they need a bleeding medal for that. Or some recognition at least. Because they are quite often. You wouldn't get that. You don't get that in England or anything like that. You wouldn't even get that thought process, I don't think. Okay, cars come in now, so this is perfect really. Everyone thanks you when they drive past that you've stepped up on there. You know, just everything about Scotland is just beyond pleasant. Look at this, look. There's not a single cloud in the sky. You've got the odd little wisp over there, but that's it, that can stay over there. That's it, it's just pure blue skies. Nice old sun there. You'd think it was peak summer. Nope. April the 8th today. You're cute, you. So I can't decide whether I'm actually making good time or not, or I'm just on par, to be honest. I don't know. I know I've got a steep climb coming up. I'm not on it yet. I am on a hill, but I'm not on the steep climb yet. Actually, tell it off. I might. Oh, no, I'm not. That bloody Krypton factor. Jesus Christ. Do that belong to? Ooh. I'm gonna hope a lost sheep or something along those lines anyway. Christ. I wonder if it was one of those Scottish wildcats caught something. That is just beautiful. Stopped here for a quick bite to eat. Topped up a water bottle, so that's a little bit less weight to worry about. Invermoriston's 5 and a bit miles from here. But I am seriously tempted to go all the way to Loch. Usually I'm quite a stickler for, you know, planning my pitch, finding it, staying there, but it's 10 to 1. From Invermoriston to Fort Augustus is 7 miles. And then from Fort Augustus to Loch, I think it's another 3 miles. It's doable in the time that I've got left. So I think it might just be a case of grit my teeth, get on with it. We'll see. See how we get on. So stony around here, then I thought I was a goner. So we're not too far out of Invermoriston now. Time is just coming up to 2 o'clock. I've passed where I was planning on pitching tonight. So yeah, we are committed now. Not too sure what time we'll get to Fort Augustus, but like I said, I'm just looking at it as once I get to Invermoriston, I can top up on a little couple of bits. Happy days. Might have a little break there and then crack on, do the 7 miles to Fort Augustus. Might get some tea and then the 3 miles to Kitra. So don't know what time I'll get there, but we'll do it. My legs feel alright, to be fair. It's just this bag, it's killing my back. But we'll crack on, get it done. Buzzing now, I've seen that. Happy days. I was hoping it'd be on this stretch. I couldn't remember if it was or not from like when you do the research and that. So stopped off at Invermoriston, finally reached there. Went into a nice local shop. Bought a couple of bites to eat. Bought a box of Jaffa cakes, absolutely destroyed them. So, hey mate. Hey bud. Hey there. That stinks, didn't I? That stinks, didn't I? Right, see you later. I've got to go. Bye bye. That's just really made me a smart dog now. Oh, I need my dog back and my wife, obviously. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so stopped off at Invermoriston. Bought a box of Jaffa cakes, absolutely destroyed them, ran around for. She even asked me, do you want a bag for that? And I was like, No, it's not going to be around long enough, to be honest. Can't remember the name of this bridge. I'll put it on the bottom. Very pretty. Looks like you could have some fun kayaking down that and all. Very nice. Oh yeah. Kayaker's dream, that. Did forget to mention, obviously we are starting the next leg, 7 miles to Fort Augustus. I think it's just smidging over 7 miles, to be fair. The route that I set out for my 5 days, I'm technically doing 2 days in one. So, yeah. Quite proud of myself, huh? That's, again, we've not made it yet though. I'd like to think we will. That sounds like a fighter jet. I think I missed it because all the pine forest. We can enjoy the noise. Oh no, there you go. I'm hoping you just see that one. That's probably why I missed it, because I see it. That second one I see it, and then the noise was quite delayed. Now I don't know if you can see that little bit there on the other side. It's called Horseshoe something. Again, I'll put it on the bottom, its actual name. It's definitely Horseshoe something. But the myth around Nessie is that she tried to escape the loch and tried climbing up that cliffside and caused all that damage before she slipped back in. Now make do what you will of myths and legends, but I thought it was pretty cool, to be honest. If you've been on the Loch Ness cruise, you'll know that story. But if you've not, then you've just heard it from me. Our four-son, what are you playing about for? Gotta get to Fort Augustus. There you go, there's a better view of it. Horseshoe. However, did Nessie really try and climb out? Who knows? Now that there, the body, you can hear me over the cascades, the body does the nicest steak and ale pie. I'm absolutely wounded that I can't get to it today. I've not got the time. I've not filmed that much today. The low route was 99% pine forest, to be honest. So, to be fair, you didn't really miss much. Yeah, that's pretty sure it's pretty flat for the rest of this walk now. There might be some of the odd little hills here and there, but the big climbs and that along Loch Ness, they're all behind me now, thank God. Yeah, just at top lock at Fort Augustus. That breeze is picking up a little bit. It's not supposed to be above 12 miles an hour today, so it's not too bad. But yeah, there we are. Happy days. And if you can see that on camera, just there, is Kitrilocks, also Kytrolocks. Boom! I am well chuffed with that. As much as I am knackered, I am proper chuffed with that. Now I'm hoping there's not many, if any, people around so I can pitch up. All I'm going to say is, if you put your mind to something, there's no reason why you can't get it. And today is a great example of that. So now I've pretty much got a proper chilled out next couple of days now. So I'm over the moon with that. But yeah, today, wow. That was different. I mean, again, it's benefited because I've still got the 11 miler tomorrow. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, doing 27 miles today, you'd like to think that 11 mile tomorrow will just feel like a walk in the park. But having done today, obviously today was supposed to be day 3, but I've just messed up where I was planning on pitching. I thought it was somewhere, but it actually wasn't. So yeah, I thought sod it. Fort Augustus is 6 miles from Invermoriston, so I just thought sod it. Do you know what? Get on with it. Get here, and then obviously I knew Kitrilocks was only a couple of miles down the canal path. So right, I'm going to sort this tent out. I'll see you in the morning. Morning. Coffee on the go, up and dressed. The right ball on my right foot. The ball in my right foot is quite painful this morning. Other than that, I'm a bit stiff, but I think once I'll have a little stretch before I set off. I think once I set off, I'll warm up. Bloody sheep over there. You think you see him? By the fence. Messing about last night. Bearing in mind I'm absolutely shattered. Freaking me right out last night. I don't think usually I wouldn't be that bothered, but I think just again because I was that tired. Just thinking anything. Back on the trail. Left Kitrilocks about 2 minutes ago. I might be able to see it just behind me. Thankfully they had a tap on the outside of what looked like a shed, or like a staff only shed thing. So I've topped up my water, which is a godsend. Very overcast today. As long as it doesn't rain, do you know what, I'll take it. It'd be nice to have a day where I'm not actually sweating buckets. Kytrolocks, if you are doing the Great Glen Way, I strongly recommend that you stay there. Very, very pleasant stay. Obviously it is wild camping, but it is a nice spot, to be fair, nice and peaceful. I'm not seeing that many walkers, to be fair. It's not as busy as I thought it would be. probably just see it there. There's Trekology Bridge. Loch OEX, my favourite of the three. Obviously Loch Ness being the biggest, Loch Lochy being the second biggest, and then Loch OEX comes in third, and it is significantly smaller than the other two. It's just piggy in the middle. It's my favourite of the three though. When I say that, because I canoed it and it was very, very enjoyable when you canoe it. So it remains to be seen walking wise, but we'll see. But yeah, look at that. If you want a good representation of the Great Glen Way, that's it right there. Look at that glen. Unreal. Pretty sure this used to be an old railway. And if I'm not too mistaken, we do walk on disused or abandoned railway. So this might be the start of it, to be fair. Invermoriston station. I heard a rumour they're actually restoring it. With the old truck there. Nice little break at those locks just then. I need to commend the staff because they bailed me right out. Let me borrow a key for the toilet. That was a godsend. But check this out, look. Look at that. And then you got Loch Lochy behind me. Well, tell a lie, it is Loch Lochy, but this is like a sort of, I don't know, we call it a harbour sort of thing, right at the very end of the north end of Loch Lochy. When you go around that little spit of land that you can just see there, that brings you out into the actual Loch Lochy. You can just about make that out. I mean, naked eye I can see snow all over it and all sorts, so I'm pretty sure that's Ben Nevis. If you've driven the A82, just to give you perspective of where I am, I look across now, the camera won't be able to pick it up. I look across the loch now, I can see, you know, when you pull up and you can view Loch Lochy from there, which is absolutely stunning, especially on a day like this. You can view it literally from one end to the other. But that's literally across from me now. Finally at the campsite. Well, when I say campsite, wild campsite. Trailblazer, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, pitched the tent up, and this is my view. I'll give you a little tour of the Trailblazer site. You actually come off the trails up there. You have to come down a little bit of a hill to get down there. That's going to be fun getting back up there tomorrow, especially with this foot. Yeah, you've got the hut there. Very tempted, or was very tempted to kip in here tonight. But the only downside, really, come on man. The only downside is if there's like a canoe lot that rock up. They'll probably need it more than me, or they'll benefit from it more than me anyway, so I've decided to pitch up still. There's some carved bears, there's one up there that you can't see, but I'll probably show you that tomorrow. Massive fire pit, a few benches, and then easy access down onto the beach. We're a lovely little bears are in a canoe. He's living the high life, isn't he? Look at him. He is loving life. Oh, hang on, there's four. One's having a kip there. One's enjoying the view, just holding the panel. And well, there you go. There's some canoeists coming in now. So if you come round here, hopefully you can hear me over the wind. We have had some sheep here. There is a hoof mark next to my tent, so there's definitely been some sheep around here, and not too distant past. But yeah, I was chilling here for a bit, but I thought the wind's actually quite chilly, so the missus is telling me to get in there and have a dip, but I'll just, no, if I go in there I ain't getting back out again because I'm knackered. So come up here, and then there's my tent. So that was a nice little loop around this campsite. I keep calling it campsite. It's Trailblazer wild camping site. So the moon's popped out there, you can just see it. And then if we go around the corner, obviously there you have Ben Nevis in the background. I wish the cameras did it justice, I really do. It's an absolute beast from what I'm looking at. You see the snow on it and everything. Morning all. Another glorious morning. Sun's going to come up over there somewhere. A few clouds. I was expecting to wake up to a bit of a clag fest, but it's actually really nice this morning. Coldest morning so far, but I think that is because we're next to the loch. The north face of Ben Nevis is looking absolutely fantastic. I'll spin you around, I don't know if, bear with, I'll zoom in, hold on. Looks like the first boat's coming down the loch already. Eager beavers. Way up. So back on the trail again, day 4. We're on this trail all the way to Clunes really, and then it does like a big U shape from Clunes round to Gairlochie. So left at about 8:30. First time using one of the compost toilets. I get the reasoning behind it and I think it's fantastic, but they are pretty grim. But needs must and all that. There we go, check that view out. Just coming into Bunnacaig, well, Bunnacaig, I have no idea. Got 3 miles left until Gairlochie. I just wish these little villages like these had their own little shop or something. Yeah, check that out. Little timber lorry driving down the road I'm about to walk on. I'm glad that passed me here and not down there. Christ. Fantastic. All that's missing is an iron brew. One for you, Dad, if you're watching. Or anyone else interested? World War II landing craft assault. So there's your little practice coming out of that, which represents a landing craft. They'll obviously end up in a makeshift pool, and then I'm going to assume this is what was done on a beach by the looks of it. But yeah, that's the remnants. You can just see it there, of an old practice landing craft for World War II. So I bumped into a couple of other walkers. One stopped and as we had a little chat, sharing chest pods. He had a grey one, I had an orange one. So good to chat to him. He was just letting me know about a Gerlochy. And I've got a portaloo there as well, which is handy because I've not got a key for the facilities. I've got a tap as well. I think I might just base myself underneath that tap with my mouth open and just turn it on, I think. Whoa! Slow down then, you dick. The joys of hiking on roads, man. Jeez. The fellow I was talking to, he had a mic there as well, so I don't know if he's filming it as well for YouTube. But if you end up watching this, mate, and you remember me, drop a comment. I'll happily subscribe to your channel. I should have asked when we were talking, to be fair, but I forgot. Beautiful. Walking along this stunning little path right next to the loch, and what I will say is, if you're doing south to north, these moments here when you're next to the loch edge, savour them, enjoy them. If you want to dip your toes in, do it, obviously if the weather's like this, because Loch Ness, I mean, from my experience from north to south, there wasn't any moments where you could get anywhere near Loch Ness until you got to Fort Augustus. Loch OEX, you can get down to that one on a couple of occasions. There's a Trailblazer campsite where you can get down and have a mooch about, and I think there's a couple of other spots. And at the far end, or yeah, so if you're doing south to north, you'll be at the far end. But yeah, so savour them, because when you get past Fort Augustus, you're not going to be anywhere near these. Get stunning views, don't get me wrong, but it might just be me. I quite like being next to the loch, to be honest. Just in case you want to chill out, you can just go to sit down on the beach or on a rock or whatever. Day 5 is finally here, the last day. I'm going to put you down because my hands are shaking. not because it's cold, I don't know why, they're just shaking. Yeah, day 5, final day. Madness. Right, I'm going to get a brew on and start packing all this stuff away for the last time. This Trekology UL80, that's done me proud, that. So I'm glad the missus let me borrow that. Thank you for that. Back on the trail. I am on this for the next several miles until I get to Neptune Staircase. Here we are, stood at the top of Neptune Staircase. That behind me is the Caledonian Canal. It does stretch a little bit further around and then goes into Loch Ness, but from a walking perspective, this is the end of the Caledonian Canal. Got a couple of miles into Fort William and then we're done. Tell you what, you see this here? That was on Rightmove not that long ago. I think someone has snapped it up now, but my Christ, was I tempted, because it was proper cheap as well, like mega cheap. That's lush, that. This is the Soldiers Bridge. If I read right, they had to knock the old one down and build this new one. It's not overly new anymore, to be fair, but it's been here a while. But pretty sure I did read that they had to knock the old one down. I don't know if... No, that won't be it. I don't know, I read it somewhere anyway. You got the railway there, railway bridge. Jacobite steam train goes across there. Some people call it the Harry Potter train. If you've never been on that, I would strongly recommend it. It's an absolutely fantastic train ride, all the way up to Mallaig from Fort William. Not gonna lie, it is a bit pricey. I think we got lucky because we did it pre-COVID. I don't know if COVID's had anything to do with it or the popularity of it being Harry Potter and all that, but yeah, it's still well worth the trip. Inverlochie Castle just over there, and then hiding behind the bushes just over there is a shop. It's called the Highland Soap Shop, I think it's called. But if you want some like smellies like hand soap and stuff like that, shower gel or whatever, my god, they're amazing. So yeah, if you find yourself here, check out Inverlochie Castle. If you've got the money, go on the Jacobite steam train and check out the Highland Soap Shop. Just go through that tunnel there. Inverlochie Castle's on your right, and then if you carry on down that dirt path, the Highland Soap Shop's there. Yeah, well worth a visit. Right, let's push on. There we go. Great Glen Way, north to south, done. Done. At least that one's still standing. So this has been the Great Glen Way. You've been watching Baldy Outdoors. Thank you so much for watching if you've stayed on for this long. If you want to look at any other videos, I've got an array of videos on my channel, as well as the West Highland Way and Cumbria Way. Get on there, give it a watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys.